Hello, class. It's good to see you all again. I decided it might make sense to pre-record my little lecture on our writing assignment today. Hopefully, I'll still be talking to you over Zoom in addition to this, but for the main lecture, I'll just have you watch a video so that way I can save my voice a little bit and hopefully have slightly better content than just kind of freestyling with y'all. Probably not much better though. Anyways, also one other announcement. I'm hopeful all of you saw the email that went out, but Reviso is becoming, well, the app Reviso is becoming Pointy.ai in the coming weeks. The goal on my end is that service is not interrupted. It'll just be when you go to Reviso in the future at some point, it'll redirect to Pointy and everything else will kind of look and feel the same. We decided at this point with kind of 4 co-founders that having Reviso be successful was kind of unlikely with our sort of burn rate. So we decided to open source Reviso, and I'm going to continue on as the kind of sole owner, well, not owner of Reviso because it'll be open source, but of sort of the app and the experience that you're using there. And so, yeah, I'm excited to keep working with schools and developing out the product. But it'll be a smaller team than before. And yeah, so wish me luck, and I hope to keep on doing more of these things to keep sort of building awareness and building a better product. So anyways, over to our lecture for today. It's this session 2, critical analysis of financial advice. So the idea for today is to scour the internet for some blog post or YouTube or TikTok or something where you see, some financial advice being given that you want to critique. Doesn't necessarily, right or wrong is kind of fuzzy here. So it's just something that you want to, give an analysis of. So it could be really solid financial advice that you're just sort of investigating and giving some critical feedback to, or maybe it's really terrible financial advice and you're saying exactly why. So, you could go to your favorite socials of choice. In my case, I'm going to choose YouTube, and I'm going to choose meme coins because that's been getting talked about a lot, and I've been spending some time learning a little more about them. So I'm kind of interested to critique one of these meme coin videos, and yeah, we'll get into that in a minute. Yeah, the writing focus is analytical writing and evidence-based argumentation. So, trying to quote things and look at sources and see. Ideally bringing in a couple sources or something. Obviously, we only have the class time, so it's not like we can go super deep, but the idea is to bring in different things to kind of bolster your argument here and using AI to do that well. And then same thing as last time, we'll do an in-class discussion once everyone's kind of winding down to talk about what piece of advice they chose and what their critique was. And then ideally, too, again, sharing and giving some feedback to one another. Which hopefully I'll be able to be on Zoom for that, but not sure how it's going to work out. Maybe it's just easier to have you all do it, and I'll just, not be there because I don't know how much Zoom will help. But obviously I'll be on Discord, so feel free to hit me up there if you have any questions. Yeah, just basically, the AI learning is now going to be attaching sources to the LLM, which I'll show you in a second, and then being able to kind of ask critical questions about a given source that you've attached to Reviso. So for today, I found this meme coin millionaire video. This guy has a lot of cool videos, or a lot of interesting videos, kind of talking how to get started with meme coins. And so I thought, well, maybe I'll get a transcript of this video. So the easiest way that I could find for class to get a transcript, there's lots of different ways to do it. If you know a better one, feel free. Or if you do a blog post or whatever, you just copy and paste the text. Oops, and then it does this sometimes and you just got to close it. It's them popping up, doing ad pop-ups. But so we paste our link in here, and this is downsub.com, DOWNSUB.com, if that's the one you want to use. If you happen to do a YouTube video, click this little download button here, and then you get this thing pop up, and you can download a text file. So we'll go with a text file here, and we get this nice transcript that's in the downloads folder. Let's go there quick. So you can see I downloaded one before already from, I think, a different video. I assume this one's the newest one. Yeah, today at 139. Let's rename this to meme coin. meme coin millionaire. Cool. And then if we go into Reviso now, one thing you'll see is, I have the prompt uploaded already in a separate document. I'll do a new doc, which we'll call it meme coin millionaire critique. That's how you spell critique. Okay, and then in the context here, we can do a couple things. We can go to our drafts, and we can attach the session 2 prompt. And then we can also go upload from our computer. And we'll go to downloads again. We'll upload meme coin millionaire. And so now what that's doing is that makes, both this prompt doc and this meme coin text file available to the language model. So I'll start with, kind of framing it. We're just going to have a conversation like last time, but now we have some sources and you can always take these sources on and off, so I can detach it and reattach it. And when you detach it, it won't be there for whatever. It has to be there for each prompt if you want it to be aware of it. So anyways, let's say, okay, I'd like to write a critique of this meme coin millionaire YouTube transcript. Can you help me identify his main points from the transcript? Let's start with that. Start with a learning budget, what you're willing to lose. That's good advice because you're probably always going to lose. Focus on scalping new pairs, trading newly launched coins. Okay, so when a coin initially gets launched, it's basically almost worthless, so you can get it very cheap, and you're hoping that it climbs. Looking for coins with good narratives and memes. So I think, this would be like following kind of the latest socials, latest trends, and trying to see if a coin gets created, and hopping on it super early so you're not risking a lot of money. Avoid copy trading, as bots will outperform manual. Avoid copy trading. Okay. So if you just copy something, like a bot's going to be copying it already before you. So there's a lot of bots that are just kind of looking at who's there already. It's interesting. It says wallet tracking to follow successful traders but don't copy trade. Crypto Twitter tracker to monitor influencer activity. Ooh, that's a good one. Join trading alpha groups for information sharing. We'll have to ask more about alpha groups. Check if Twitter accounts, websites are reused to identify scams. Monitor pump vision to see if coins have been previously launched. Pump and dumps that go to zero. So what that means, if you all have seen like the, kind of what happened with GameStop, right, is like people will push a bunch of money into something to drive the price up, and then everyone's like, all right, it hit a certain high, and they all bail, and then the it can all lose money really quick. Requires 12 to 16 hours daily of active monitoring. That sounds like a lot. Success requires understanding crypto culture and current trends. Shows examples of personal losses, $2,500 on one trade. Admits to missing large gains by selling too early. Emphasize this is skill-based gambling. States making money requires paid group memberships. Cool. So these are all good points. Is there anything here that seems like bad advice? Yeah, so pump and dumps, market manipulation like that is illegal in regulated markets. One thing I'm seeing is like he's maybe not mentioning things like the SEC, like the Securities and Exchange Commission, or IRS. I imagine a lot of these guys will end up eventually getting in trouble with the IRS for not paying. When you're trading on a mainstream platform, even like something like Robinhood, and you're trading stocks, every single trade is being captured, and every single profit or loss you make on a trade is being captured, and all those get sort of taxed. So if you lose money on a trade, you can write that off. If you gain money on a trade, you have to pay capital gains on that. And so I imagine a lot of people are trading without paying their taxes properly. promotes FOMO-based trading on newly launched tokens. So I mean, I think a lot of this is like a lot of people are going to get drawn in and with kind of a hope of get rich quick. So I'd say that's the biggest risk here is, maybe someone gets excited, they come in, maybe they get an early win, and then they start aggressively putting too much money in and trading more than they're willing to lose, and then have a big loss, which would be really terrible and happens a lot. Relies heavily on social media. Cherry picks successful trades while downplaying losses. Uses extreme examples, 4.1 million last month, to create unrealistic expectations. Doesn't address the zero-sum nature. This is one I was going to bring up myself, so I'm glad it said it. But a lot of things are not zero-sum. When people collaborate and work together in a business, you can have something where kind of there's more abundance created, and trading is something that is just by its very design is zero-sum, meaning that if someone's winning, it means someone else is losing. Someone is losing money in the market, and other people are gaining, and so that always kind of makes it feel a little bit sad to win, because you're winning on ideally you're winning on the backs of wealthy traders, but I think that's often not the case. So particularly dangerous because it normalizes illegal market manipulation, targets inexperienced traders, promotes high-risk gambling behavior, lacks proper risk management strategies, relies on unsustainable trading practices. Okay, so those are all like really, really good points about like critiques of this, but we want to, quote, have it evidence-based. So let's try to get some quotes out of, okay, so I'll say for those last 5 points, can you pull in some quotes from the transcript that say those things in their own words? Let's see if that works. So we'll do a write this time and have it try to pull in some quotes to the draft. It's taking a really long time for this one. Wow, pulled in a lot. Okay, so that pulled in a lot of quotes. Normalizing market manipulation. The speaker openly acknowledges participation in pump and dump schemes. Yeah, I mean, all these quotes are great. Okay, so I want to do a little bit of my own writing now. I want to say meme coins are getting super popular right now. And while some people have made fortunes in a short period of time, many others are losing significant amounts of money. What's the name of this guy? Orangey Web3. Influencers like Orangey Web3 I'm gonna link to this video. Are bringing new investors into the market, which keeps the bubble growing. However, those late to the game will often risk losing significant sums of money while making a few rich. Some of the questionable practices are listed below, laid out below, manipulation, gambling behavior, and a lack of proper risk management. Okay, and then we'll kind of break these out a little more. I'm just gonna tighten this up a bit because there's a lot here. Let's leave that. Okay, so I mean, it's kind of good that he acknowledges that you're going to lose money probably right away. Competing against people that have been doing this for months and months and months, 12 to 16 hours a day, staring at this same screen. My friend Cubsy puts in 12 to 16 hours a day. There's a reason he made 4.1 million last month. And then let's go with that. Yeah. So this is, I think, a big risk is like when you have a win, then it's like, oh, I got this. And I've like known really long before meme coins, I've known really, really smart people who kind of thought they had some special insight into the market and figured it out, and then they lose their bets on something. It's kind of neat that he's like pushing that it's not really possible to do this without kind of a community effort to sort of track what's going on. I'm kind of curious. Tell me more. What are alpha groups? Yeah, it'd be interesting to know if he's like a part of or running some alpha group that he's gating membership to that's paid, you know, because I think there's a lot of risk of, I think if this particular trader was making tons and tons of money, why make YouTube videos and why tell everyone about it? I guess to maybe just bring more people into the market and kind of keep the gravy train rolling. But also it makes you wonder, like, is he really making that much money, or is the money coming from talking about it? Yeah, it definitely could be used to facilitate market manipulation, relies on insider information sharing. The way these groups are described suggests they may be used to coordinate pump and dump schemes, which again is generally illegal. But I think the regulatory system is not quite caught up with meme coins yet, so they're getting away with it for a little bit while, and that kind of speaks to the unsustainable trading practices. I'll get some of these other quotes. Okay, and then I want to, I just want to pull these into like a couple paragraphs. Can you pull these quotes together into a couple paragraphs? Criticizing the risks involved with meme coin trading. Okay, cool. Let's read this. Oops. Okay. That was that. The inherent risks of meme coin trading are glaringly apparent in the speaker's own words. He readily admits that the market is driven by manipulation. Cool. This acknowledgement sets a concerning tone, suggesting that participating in such a market is essentially accepting inevitable losses. The speaker directly targets inexperienced traders, stating, understand one thing when you get started. Trading, you're going to lose money. This sets the stage for a high-risk environment where losses are normalized, further emphasizing the precarious nature of this trading style. The speaker declares that meme coins is basically scaling. This is looking good. yeah, even with 12 to 16 hours a day, might not be successful. Sounds like a lot, staring at meme coins flashing by. And he's being honest about losing his own money. I would say ultimately, at the end of the day, they don't invest anything you're not absolutely willing to lose when it comes to meme coins. Okay, so I think that's like good enough. It's not great. I'm going to cut it short because I don't want to sit here and keep refining it and waste your time. But I think you're getting the idea of kind of how, when I write some of my own stuff and then pull in these quotes and whatnot, it'll kind of maintain my tone. I would go through here, significant, and keep refining these paragraphs to make it a little more. I would probably break this up a little bit and try to tell a little bit better story. But it's pretty good. Like this is something that's postable. And kind of gives a critique of how dangerous meme coin trading can be. But yours could be on anything. Yours could be on home buying, or anything we kind of did last time, debt snowball, or whatever. If you look up, any influencer, you should be able to pull their thing and kind of quote them. Another thing we could do with this one is go to the web and pull in something, kind of another source to have that to bolster our side. So if we just went and did like a regular Google search, or we could use ChatGPT as well. Maybe I'll use DeepSeek for fun since I have it here. Search what are some good sources about the risk of meme coin investing, and then this will give me some good sources. And then I could find one that I like and pull that in to also quote in favor of what I'm saying. So maybe that's a good task as well, is to find a second source that helps counteract. So cool. So if I go here, Investopedia, here's another good source. I can do. Let me drop the prompt from here. I think this is working right now. If it's not, we can. Cool. It looks like it's working. We can say, I'll say, what's a good quote from Investopedia that helps bolster my argument? Let's do it in chat mode. I won't add this to the doc. I'll just stop soon, but cool. So this is a good way now that I can have a conversation and kind of put these, legal and criminal risk. A lot of good stuff to pull in about the riskiness of this, especially from a government regulation perspective. Anyways, so that's kind of more or less the lesson for today. Find a source that you want to critique, or some perspective that you want to critique. Quote that source, why you think it's not solid. Find counter sources on the internet to bring in. Use them as attachments in your chat here, and then sort of bring in quotes to make a story about how you're critiquing this. At the end, just go around and discuss with class. I may be on Zoom. We'll see how it goes tomorrow. I'm recording this on Sunday. But yeah, hope you all have fun, and good luck. All right, bye.